And welcome to the channel. My name is Nation Oano and we are coming to you live from the Urban Burger KE, and as you can see, this is a place where you can come to drink your favorite beer, you know, enjoy a game of sports. There are screens everywhere that you can watch your favorite sports. And for today's edition, the reason why we are here to talk about the AFCON qualifiers that are currently ongoing. Just to recap of some of the games that have already been played, we've had Senegal versus Rwanda. The game ended 1-0. In case you've not watched that video, make sure you go back to the channel, follow, subscribe, and follow the conversation. Now we're going to be talking about Zambia versus Comoros game, and once again I'm joined on set by our resident African football analyst, that is Eric Shilenge. Shilenge, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you so much, Nation.
On this particular episode, we're going to be talking about Chipolopolo.
It
seems the mighty Chipolopolo. Looks like they're finding their flames back in the AFCON tournament.
Yeah, they seem to. They seem to be coming back. After winning the 2012 AFCON, they've really fallen down the pecking orders in African football. You wouldn't believe that they are former champions. Yeah, but at the moment they seem to be coming back, and I think they stand a chance to qualify to the AFCON Abidjan next year if they continue to produce good results as the one they did against Comoros.
Looking at the Chipolopolo squad, 2012 up to now, that's close to 10 years. What dimensions do you think have been working against Chipolopolo, and which aspects do you think are working in their favor? Because right now we are not seeing them winning games in the AFCON tournament.
There's so many things that might have changed really from 2012 to now. First of all, if you look at the squad that won the 2012 AFCON, the likes of Christopher Katongo, Kennedy Mwene, the likes of Nyambe Mlenga, it was an aging squad. Most of them were the sunset of their careers, and once they were gone, of course you'll expect a team to struggle to find another team to replace them, to find another squad that can fill the shoes. And that is what has really caused Zambia from 2012 up to now, when they are finding the likes of Patson Daka, the likes of Enoch Mwepu, Sakala, and the likes of Mwango. They were not there at that time, and it's really taken them some work to mold the new generation, which is more of the youth. For them up to now, we had the likes of Emmanuel Mayuka at that time playing for Sunderland, and it has really taken long to find a Zambian player going to the English Premier League. You can agree with me on that. So with this new generation of youth players, you can expect them to dominate the national team for some time, which will give Zambia that stability to perform at an international level, especially at the AFCON. You look also at the manager. At that time they had Havrana. Havrana is one of the most decorated managers to grace the African football, because he won the title with Zambia. When he left, he also won it with Ivory Coast. And this is a manager who has been in Africa for so long time. He understood the African game. He was with Zambia for long, so he knew how to win. That's why it was easy for him to win with Zambia, at the same time to win with Ivory Coast. At the moment they have Alihos Hasanovic, is a Croat international who I think doesn't have that huge experience in terms of African football, but he has a chance to prove himself. When you have a good squad, if you have Patson Daka as your forward, if you have Mwepu, you can see what he's doing at Brighton. You have a good squad with yourself, so it only needs some good support, maybe from the fans and the federation, for you to produce the desired result. But from what I've seen, they have very big chance of qualifying for this coming AFCON.
For me, I think I was very sad when Comoros lost that game, especially after the exemplary performance that they had at the AFCON tournament. Let's just quickly look at that particular game. What dimensions do you think worked against the Comoros team, and which dimensions do you think worked for the Zambian squad?
On paper, if we go on paper, Comoros, Zambia.
Yeah.
Zambia is a heavyweight, you know,
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Yeah. Comoros, yes, they made it to AFCON on the last edition. But for me, I highly attribute their qualification to Kenya. Harambee Stars.
Yeah.
They let them qualify.
Yeah.
They allowed Comoros to take 4 points.
Yeah.
Those are the points that made Comoros qualify to the AFCON.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. And at the AFCON, they qualified to the round of 16 with only 2 points.
Yeah.
So I can feel there was much of luck on their side. Apart from them, yes, doing some good work, but there was a lot of luck, and they now have to prove themselves this time round.
Yeah.
When they have Ivory Coast in their group, when they have Zambia, when they have Lesotho. And remember, Ivory Coast have already qualified by the fact of them being the hosts. So this group has 3 teams, Zambia, Comoros, Lesotho, and they only need 1 point to join Ivory Coast in that group. So it leaves huge competition between Comoros and Zambia. So the first leg, Zambia has already won 2-1. Now the second leg in Moroni, can Comoros bounce back?
Yeah.
Can they beat Zambia with more goals?
Yeah.
This was 2-1. Can they get a better head-to-head advantage?
4 or 3.
Yeah, for 3. Yeah. Some better, more goals than what Zambia scored.
Yeah.
That one will give Comoros a head-to-head win against Zambia, which shall play a big factor in the later stages of the qualifiers. And the yesterday's game, I think Zambia was the better side. Yeah, despite Comoros going ahead, Zambia showed some resilience in coming back into the game, because if you see the combination of Mwepu, the likes of Kangwa, it's just a continuation of how they've been performing in their previous, in their various leagues, EPL and the other leagues that they are playing in. They've been quite solid throughout the season, and they just bring in the good experience that they've had in their leagues. Comoros doesn't have that experience caliber of players. They don't have. So on paper, Zambia always better than Comoros.
I think one dimension that I really like about the Zambian football is, in as much as internationally or continentally they're not doing so well, the local league is very vibrant.
Yeah, I had forgotten that. The club football.
The club football is on another
Wow. You look at Zesco, Zanaco, there's so many of them, the likes of Napsa. Quite competitive. You look at the southern region, they go toe-to-toe with the South African clubs. You find when they sign players, they can sign players from Mamelodi Sundowns, from Kaizer Chiefs. They can compete for same caliber of players. And that one has been a major factor for raising the bar of the Zambian league, because they produce very good players that play at their league. And their teams are doing good in the AFCON competitions, that is the African Champions League, as well as the CAF League, and that is also a very good factor. Remember, they are also hosting good talents across Africa.
Yeah.
Signing
Actually,
players.
We have players from Kenya playing.
They are there. The likes of Jesse Were, the likes of Calabar, David Oino Calabar, they are playing there, and so many. They've really opened doors for many Kenyan players to go into Zambia. They have Tanzanian players, Ugandan players. They have West African players playing in the Zambian league. It's one of the best leagues in Africa, which is showing why Zambia is coming back to the African globe.
And if there's anybody who's doubting the quality of the Zambian, Premier League or the Zambian football. In Africa, when you buy a player from South Africa or from West African, I think that is an epitome of quality.
Yes.
Because even in Kenya, we've not seen many. Have we ever even had like West African players coming to play to Kenya? I don't think we've had.
There are some, but I don't think they are real players. Maybe they are flops on their side. They have come to experience what Kenya offers.
And the same to South Africa. I don't think we've quite had like a solid player from South Africa.
If you want to know a solid player, this player has to play for the national team. If they don't get a national team call up, even for the CHAN, then that is not better quality.
And speaking about vibrant leagues in Africa, we are going to be talking about the Tanzanians as well. Tanzania is a team that the local league is very vibrant. You know, whenever Simba is playing with Yanga, that's a game that is followed by most of the people in the continent. But looking at Tanzania versus Algeria game that is going to be coming, Tanzanians' record in the AFCON tournament has not been that quite good. And going into this particular game, just a few facts that you need to understand, that Algeria has won 3 of their last encounter with Tanzania with 14 goals and conceding just once. Algeria has won 22 out of their last 29 AFCON matches. Shilenje, on paper, Algeria is already looking as the top team in this particular game.
No, they should. They should win easily against Tanzania. They played with them against them AFCON 2019. Yes, they whitewashed Tanzania. In the next qualification for this 2021 edition, they're in the same group. Algeria won at Algiers. They drew at Dar es Salaam. And going by that experience, I expect Algeria to win comfortably against Tanzania. And I really like to differ the fact when you say that Tanzanian league is better or what. For me, I analyze it differently. I don't think it is that quality because it is dominated by 3 teams, 3 or 2. We have the Simba, Yanga, and Azam. And when you analyze the squad of these 3 teams, it's mostly dominated by foreigners. They sign in so many foreign quality players. In that sense, this league lacks competitiveness. It lacks quality because we only have 3 better teams. The rest are others, you know. So you find that the only good game that you can enjoy Simba versus Yanga, or Simba versus Azam, or Azam versus Yanga. When they play with these other teams, Kagera, Mbao FC, it's just a normal game. It doesn't have any quality. So you'll find that their local-based players, the homegrown players, they play for these smaller teams that they perceive themselves. But the bigger teams are dominated by foreign players. When now you go to the national team, they don't have quality because their best players don't play for their best teams. That is different for the if you compare with Zambia or even Kenya. If you compare with Kenya, if you compare with Kenya, for instance, Kenyan league is very, very competitive. Each team is even the team that is going to for relegation. Can cause problems for the top team. To win 3 points in Kenya is a plus. for any team. It's not like in Tanzania where Simba is guaranteed to win, where the league is for Simba or for Yanga. You can guarantee yourself results as long as you've signed your big players. But in Kenya it's different because the players are spread across all teams. That's what needs to change for Tanzania in my overview. They need to change the dominance of foreign players in their big teams. That is what is costing Tanzania to perform dismally in AFCON, or rather AFCON competitions.
Interesting dynamic you mentioned, and I like that argument because I think this season, when I was watching the league, there was a point when Yanga and Simba were at the top, and then the difference between the first 3 teams and the other teams was 10 or 12.
10 or 12.
Yeah.
That's a big margin.
That's a big margin.
Very huge. Look at the northern leagues. Look at Egyptian Premier League, Morocco,
Algeria as well. Yeah.
Tunisia. These leagues, these teams, or the clubs, dominated by local players. Local players. They just patch in a few from abroad, but most of the players are homegrown, local players, and you can see the quality of the league. The quality is just none out of this Africa.
And one thing I like about the North Africans is they are very progressive in terms of football. I think late last year or early this year I saw a post where they had built like a new HQ for their FA, within a very short period of time. It's something which I really hope that as East African teams, we can borrow on that and see how we can move the conversation forward.
Yeah, and you find most of the clubs, they own their own stadiums. They have
in Kenya there's no team that has a stadium.
They have their own source of revenues. They have pools of revenues, some things that they do on the sides to create revenues. That's why they are always present in the African Champions League. They are in to compete and to win. It's not just coming to participate the way other teams do. If Simba just reaches the quarterfinals, that's a huge achievement. They celebrate for a whole season. But for Wydad Casablanca, for Al Ahly, Esperance, for teams like Zamalek, it's a norm. It's a norm. They have to play in the Champions League. They have to be at the quarterfinals, semi-finals. If they don't win the Champions League, they have to win the CAF Cup. They have to be somewhere. For them it's a norm, and it really rolls up to the national team performances. You can see how Egypt does, how Algeria does, Tunisia. They are always at the World Cup.
Even if they don't get to the round of 16,
they are always there, and that one builds their profiles as big teams. They can attract big sponsorships. They can be able to host big tournaments. Because of their performances.
Well, that point by Eric Shilenje wraps up this analysis of the Tanzania versus Algeria AFCON qualifiers. And in case you're new to the channel, we are shooting today live from Urban Burger K, which is located along Koinange Street. Make sure whenever you are in Nairobi, make sure you drop in at this particular place. There's a lot of things that you can find here. You can grab your beer, you can get your chicken wings on the side, and apart from that, you can order a burger just to go with your favorite game that you will be watching. Make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think about this analysis. Do you agree that Algeria has an upper hand going into this particular game with Tanzania? Well, see you on the next one. We'll be talking about the ongoing AFCON qualifiers.